An old photograph contains the clue you've been missing for years. Look closely. Archangel Michael says, the picture you once tucked away without a second thought is glowing in silence tonight. It wasn't just an image. It was a seal, a lock, a hidden dimension folded into paper and ink, quietly calling your name over the years. It was never meant to be forgotten, yet its quiet whisper was drowned beneath the noise of everyday life. Look closely at it now, the angle of a hand, the shadow cast over the right side, the slight smudge on the corner that appears random but isn't. That photograph is not just an object from the past, it's a bridge to a revelation that could shift your entire reality. What you're about to remember will send chills through your body, because this is not imagination, it's prophecy etched in memory. Archangel Michael says, a sacred truth was buried with the smiles in that old photo, and someone very close to you tried to erase the meaning behind it. That person feared what would happen if you ever uncovered the truth, so they distracted you with doubt, delays, and disappointments. But time has matured your spirit, and now your eyes are ready to see what your soul always knew. You were being watched in that photograph. Yes, a presence you didn't recognize at the time, but it was there. That presence was not of this world, and its purpose was divine surveillance, recording your essence, measuring your frequency, marking your moment of awakening. Tonight, that photograph is vibrating because the code it carries is syncing with your current vibration. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There is a certain pattern embedded within the image. Notice how the background blurs to form a shape that mimics a sigil. That is no accident. That sigil is ancient, an emblem once guarded by elders and seers, now waiting to be activated by your gaze. It was your right all along to receive what was encrypted in that image, but a woman placed a blockage long ago. She did it out of fear, not hate. But her fear created a delay in your divine timeline. She knows that if you remember what was in that photo, her influence over you will collapse. The clock in the photo shows a time, and that time is not random. It is the exact hour your destiny took a shift, a moment in history when your path was hijacked by spiritual forces working through familiar faces. You were too young then to understand, but now, the truth is echoing louder than ever. Look again at the shoes of the man standing in the background. They are not from the era the photo was supposedly taken. That is the hint. Someone slipped into your past, a time traveler of sorts, whose only job was to make sure you ended up right here, ready to remember. Type Amen to get blessing 777. There's a building behind you in the photograph that no longer exists in real life. That building was demolished because it held archives that confirmed your ancestral power. Yes, a group tried to erase every trace of it, but they missed one thing, you. Because you are the archive. Your body, your blood, your energy, all of it is encoded with memories that no one can take. And now that the photograph has resurfaced, it's like a key sliding into a forgotten lock inside your spiritual DNA. Your hands might tremble when you hold that picture tonight. That's not fear. That's your soul unlocking levels of truth that were forcefully kept dormant. Someone is crying in the spirit realm watching this moment unfold. They fought hard to bring this back to you. You see, a woman in that picture had a child, and that child's name links to a document that was buried, quite literally. That document has your name on it, and it proves something people thought would never be revealed. The photo is your roadmap, and the hidden child is your ally from a karmic timeline. Type Amen to get blessing 555. A man you no longer speak to has that document in his possession, and he doesn't know you're awakening. But tonight, he will feel restless. He will feel a magnetic pull to that drawer where he buried your truth, and he will begin to panic. Because you were never supposed to remember this fast. You were supposed to remain distracted by love, money, survival, but that has failed. Your soul broke through the veil, and now the vibration of the photograph is reaching him. Archangel Michael says, this moment was orchestrated long before you were born. The angel who watched over you in that image still guards you now, and he is more active tonight than ever before. Forces are moving, and no power of darkness can prevent your remembering anymore. The woman who tried to cover your past is trembling. Her dreams are haunted by visions of you seeing what she tried to blur. Every time she closes her eyes, she sees the photograph glowing, and your face glowing brighter in it. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Now look closer at the tree in the background of the photo. That tree is extinct. It doesn't grow anywhere on Earth anymore. Why was it in that frame? Because that spot is not what it seems. It's a portal. That's not metaphorical. It's literal. You stood in front of a hidden gate, a divine dimensional doorway, and your innocent presence was enough to open it temporarily. Something entered you that day. A light that has been slowly preparing you for this very moment. Your memory has been showing signs, strange dreams, déjà vu, sudden chills, sudden feelings of watching yourself from outside. That's the echo of the portal moment. It's now fully activated because you looked at that photo again. There's writing hidden behind the image. Use light, tilt the angle. You will see it. A symbol, maybe even a signature. It belongs to the one who placed that photo in your hands spiritually long before you found it physically. Type Amen to get blessing 222. That's not just a photo. It's a divine surveillance record. A heavenly document meant to survive time, war, lies, and even betrayal. And now, it's glowing again because the angel who placed it there has sounded the alarm. The time you see in the image matches the hour you were meant to receive your biggest opportunity. That opportunity was delayed, not denied. But because you're awakening now, it's rerouting back to you faster than ever. The person you trusted least was actually involved in the attempt to discard that photo. They didn't do it alone. They were advised by someone who felt threatened by your rising. But they failed because the spirit of protection never left your side. Archangel Michael says, tonight your spiritual eyes are wide open. He is revealing enemies disguised as protectors and angels disguised as strangers. You are standing on the edge of your new life, and this photograph is your bridge. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The more you stare into the image, the more flashes you will get, random moments from your past you couldn't explain. They were not random. They were timeline echoes, moments of spiritual glitches, where your higher self tried to shake your memory. You're not imagining it. That man in the photograph, he's been showing up in your dreams. And soon, you will learn his name is connected to your divine inheritance. A house you walked away from long ago had this photograph placed under the tiles. Someone removed it and slipped it into your belongings without you knowing. They believed one day you would find it at the right vibration, and that day is today. The child in the image you never paid attention to was not supposed to be there. He appeared after the photograph was taken. Look again, his feet don't match the shadows around him. Because he is a spirit of message delivery, an ancient soul appearing only when truth must rise. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You were chosen to complete what began generations ago. A ritual failed because the wrong person was crowned, and the photograph was the last clue needed to realign destiny. But because your soul could not be hijacked, the image had to return to you in divine timing. Your hands are becoming warm because the energy is rushing through your palms. The photograph is responding to your energy. It knows you are finally awake. It's syncing with your heart, your soul, and your forgotten crown. A stranger will mention the exact location in that photo within 3 days. Pay attention, don't dismiss it. That will be your confirmation that this isn't just spiritual, it's prophetic and physical. A book or diary near the photograph holds words that will start glowing under candlelight. Try it. The words are written in code, but they are written for you. Once read aloud, they activate divine remembering. Type Amen to get blessing 111. A woman with golden earrings knew the truth and hid it behind smiles and laughter. She played innocent, but she used ancient suppression rituals to keep you small. But now that energy has shattered, and her hold is broken. This photo was never meant to gather dust. It was a cosmic map, shrunk into a 5x7 frame, camouflaged as nostalgia. But it holds planetary codes that connect your bloodline to a celestial order. Someone will contact you soon claiming to remember something strange about that photo. Don't ignore them. They are not lying. They are the next step in your awakening sequence. Archangel Michael says the memory you are unlocking now is ancient. You've lived this life before but failed to break free. This time, the outcome will be different because your vision is no longer blindfolded. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Even the photograph feels heavier now. That's because the memory embedded in it is being released into your atmosphere. Energy has weight, and tonight, the air around you will shift as your spirit absorbs it. You are not crazy. The chills, the sudden stillness, the heaviness in your chest, these are signs of dimensional realignment. A memory buried under time is erupting like a soul quake. You may cry, and that is holy. That's not weakness. That's release. Your tears are washing away the veil placed over your eyes since the moment the photo was tampered with. By tomorrow morning, someone connected to your childhood will dream of you. They will feel a pull to reach out. They won't know why, but it's because the photograph's magic is rippling across time. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. A hidden doorway in your spirit has now opened, and the photograph is acting like a compass. You may not understand all the symbols yet, but your soul does. Every corner, every blur, every shadow in that picture is speaking in a language beyond words. Tonight, your ancestors are gathering. They have waited for this exact moment, when your consciousness would unlock the encrypted memory inside that photograph. And now that you've looked closely, the chain has broken, and your divine memory is free. You may start to see repeating numbers or symbols in your surroundings over the next few days. These are not coincidences, they are confirmation codes that your spiritual map is unfolding. One of them will be etched somewhere in or around that image. Don't ignore it. There is an emblem hidden in the clothing of one of the people in that photograph. It links to a sacred lineage, one you are spiritually connected to but were separated from. This connection was kept hidden to prevent you from accessing your full power. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Someone once took a knife to that photo, trying to remove their image, but the tear only made the truth louder. You'll notice a crease that looks accidental. It's not. That is the place where the tampering began. Your name was supposed to be written in a registry associated with that place. That registry vanished years ago. But the person who destroyed it forgot this. Your vibration can rewrite forgotten documents. This photo is not reacting to your eyes, it's responding to your aura. You are the missing link, the last puzzle piece they feared would awaken. But no suppression can hold you now. Archangel Michael says, the awakening that has begun in you tonight cannot be reversed. They will try, through distractions, confusion, and even people from your past resurfacing suddenly. But you will know who sent them, and you will remain unmoved. Type Amen to get blessing 234. The woman in the background was wearing a bracelet of protection. Notice it. That bracelet belongs to a sacred order of women who guard secrets passed down through energy. You are now stepping into that energy because your lineage was chosen to unlock what others could not. A mirror near the spot where the photograph is kept will begin to fog up without reason. Don't panic. That is spiritual activity trying to signal that you're being seen by both realms. You may experience pressure in your forehead, heat in your palms, or tingling in your spine. These are the signs of cellular remembrance. Your body is recalibrating to its original divine frequency. Look again at the eyes of the person beside you in that photo. Something is off. It's not just their gaze, it's their identity. They were not supposed to be there, yet they appeared. They were watching you. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. A sealed envelope once sent to you was intercepted. It contained a clue about this photo, one that could have unlocked the truth earlier. But your delay was not failure, it was spiritual training. You were being prepared in silence. The angels have been guiding this moment for years, clearing the way for your full remembrance to unfold now. Every delay was divine timing. Someone once called you crazy when you mentioned the photo felt strange. That person was under a spiritual veil. Now, they will begin to see what you saw, and they'll return asking for forgiveness. The gate you stood before in that photo no longer exists physically, but energetically, it is opening again. Through prayer, light, and truth-seeking, you can spiritually return to that location. When you do, a second memory will awaken. Type Amen to get blessing 303. There are whispers of your name in realms unseen tonight. Spirits of light are speaking it with honor because you've remembered something they feared you'd forget forever. The photograph is your soul's certificate. It proves you were always chosen. A sacred object once stolen from your bloodline was present on that day. It appears in the corner of the photo, barely visible, but powerful. That object is being returned to you energetically. You might feel drawn to visit a specific place. Trust it. That place carries the same vibration as the one in the photograph. The land remembers, even when humans forget. Someone will call you soon with a vague message about going through old stuff. That's your signal. That person is about to uncover something linked to your photograph, a second piece of evidence. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. A man once told you a lie about that day, making you believe nothing important happened. But now you can feel it in your bones. He was hiding something. The look in his eyes never matched his words. He knew if you ever looked again, it would all unravel. But you are no longer the version of yourself that believed silence was safer. You are ready to confront what's been buried. There's a sound embedded in that photo, a vibration, like a tone you can't quite hear. It's the frequency of your calling, waiting to align with your voice. When you speak truth over that image, its vibration activates. Archangel Michael says, there are 3 spirits attached to that photo. One of them is your ancestor, one is a protector, and one is a truth revealer. They have waited in silence, but now they are speaking. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Your tears will not be in vain tonight. They are cleansing you of all the false versions of yourself that were created to keep you from this moment. Let them fall. They are rewriting timelines. Someone watching you right now senses your shift. They're nervous, anxious even, because they know if you find out everything, their power over you dissolves completely. The photograph is like a mirror. It doesn't just show what was, it shows what will be. You are going to be shown visions soon, glimpses of your highest path. Do not resist them. A name you've forgotten will suddenly return to your mind. It is linked to this photo. That person holds knowledge that can confirm what your soul already knows. Type Amen to get blessing 121. The energy that was used to hide the truth from you has now boomeranged. Those who tried to stop your rise are now dealing with confusion in their own lives. Because divine justice has begun. Archangel Michael says, you will begin to dream vividly now. And in those dreams, the photograph will appear over and over, showing pieces you've never seen before. These are not dreams, they are spiritual downloads. Hold the photo over a candle's glow and see what shifts in the image. The heat may reveal faded outlines or symbols that were once hidden. The light will uncover what darkness tried to erase. The time has come. You can no longer pretend you're unaware. The photograph is your invitation to remember who you were before life tried to rewrite your name. Type Amen to get blessing 606. A golden ring once buried beside the original print of that photograph will be found soon. That ring is an heirloom, and its energy is tied to your divine inheritance. Someone close to you still holds it unknowingly. They will feel compelled to return it soon. They won't understand why, but you will. Because now, everything hidden is coming to light. The reflection in the photo will reveal more than you expected. Try looking at it in water. You'll be surprised what surfaces. You've passed the test. You were chosen to remember, and you did. Now, divine doors are unlocking. Spiritual upgrades are downloading. A new life is forming right in front of you. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Your path is clear. The photo will no longer be still. It's alive, moving with divine energy. Keep it close. Speak over it. Bless it. It is your personal prophecy in paper form. Someone once told you the past doesn't matter, but they were wrong. Your past holds your power, and that photograph holds the key. You are about to step into a role you were always meant to carry. If you feel a warm breeze suddenly pass through your room, that is confirmation. The angel that stood beside you in that photo is still with you now, watching, guarding, guiding. You are not alone, never were. This photo is your final call to remembrance. Embrace it. You were never forgotten. The truth is finally yours. Type Amen to get blessing 1313 tonight. Your room holds more than air. It holds the presence of the watchers. Not the kind that judge, but the ones assigned to ensure that you awaken when the time is right. The photograph has summoned them back into your space, not to scare, but to assist. The photo may now begin to fade in certain parts, not because it's damaged, but because it's shifting. What was once static will now become spiritual movement. That blur near the bottom corner? It's not a smudge, it's a celestial marking beginning to uncover itself. You are the one they feared would never forget. The stories they told to silence your intuition are collapsing. What they never expected was your ability to rise through pain, betrayal, and fog, and still remember. The people in the photo look different now, don't they? Their expressions seem deeper, perhaps even more aware. That's because your perspective has changed. Your eyes are seeing truth where illusion once blocked your view. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. There's a piece of fabric or clothing near that photograph that vibrates similarly. It may be something you've overlooked for years, folded in a drawer or hung in a forgotten corner. That piece is spiritually linked to the same event, and touching them together may unlock a new wave of memory. A woman with brown hair and a quiet voice once mentioned the photo in passing. She didn't say much, but her tone was loaded with caution. That's because she knew more than she told, and now, her silence is cracking. If you place the photograph near your bed tonight, you may not sleep as usual. Instead, you'll slip between worlds, between what happened, what could have happened, and what must happen now. The past and future will collapse into one vivid sequence. The lighting in the image was unnatural for its time. A glow surrounds you in it, and no camera could have captured that without divine interference. You were wrapped in light, marked, and protected for a future you are now entering. Type Amen to get blessing 1011. Archangel Michael says, your blood carries a signature that activates when truth is near. That's why your body is reacting right now. Your DNA remembers what your mind tried to forget. Someone has kept a duplicate of the photo. They've hidden it away in a box beneath things they never use, because they feared the day you would connect the dots. But now the energy is too strong for them to ignore. They may call it coincidence, but you'll know it's divine alignment. The same moment you uncovered the photograph again, their dreams turned into confusion. They are spiritually exposed now, and you are spiritually restored. An older relative once spoke in riddles, trying to hint at what you were too young to comprehend. Their words will now begin to make sense. You'll remember them suddenly, and in those riddles is the final piece to this revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Someone from the photo is no longer alive, but they've returned to deliver one last message through a dream. You'll recognize them not by face, but by energy. They come not to haunt, but to guide you. There is a number, maybe on a wall, a shirt, or a bag in that image. That number is not random. It matches the spiritual code assigned to your destiny, and it will start appearing repeatedly in your life now. If you feel heaviness when holding the photograph, know that it's centuries of energy returning to you. You are reclaiming stolen timelines, lost memories, and withheld blessings. It may overwhelm you, but it will not break you. A specific object in the background holds immense symbolic power. Perhaps a clock, a door, a chair. Notice it. Meditate on it. It has appeared in your dreams before, and it will appear again now, stronger. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. You will soon be led to a place you've never visited, but it feels familiar. That's because your spirit already traveled there when you were young, perhaps even before birth. The photograph is the invitation to return. You might feel a gust of wind without windows open. That is spirit. It's the energy you awaken through memory. They are responding to your recognition. Something in the photograph looks like a mistake, a strange shadow, a double outline. But it's no mistake. It's an imprint from another realm overlapping with yours. One man in the photo was never meant to be remembered, but he is the carrier of truth. You were warned against him, but his silence held the seed of your awakening. Soon, you will learn what he tried to bury. Type Amen to get blessing 505. Archangel Michael says, the illusion placed over you has shattered. What remains now is clarity, sharp, intense, and unstoppable. Do not look away. That ache in your chest is not sadness. It's your heart catching up to what your soul already knows. You're no longer asleep. You're remembering in layers, and each layer brings you closer to divine fullness. Your ancestors are rejoicing. You've broken a curse no one else could. You did it not with rituals, but with memory, because true power comes from knowing your own story. Watch what happens now. The person who hid this from you will start to make mistakes. They won't know why they're stumbling, but it's because your energy has become too powerful to manipulate. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. A voice you'll hear in a dream will say, look again. When it happens, don't ignore it. That's the cue to take the photograph out one more time. Something new will appear, something that wasn't there before. This is not hallucination. This is spirit photography. A divine phenomena where the unseen chooses to be seen through spiritual eyes. You have those eyes now. Someone will offer you a story about the photograph. Listen closely, but don't believe everything. They will leave out one detail, and that detail is the most important part. Watch their eyes when they speak. You are walking in sacred memory now. The photograph is alive, glowing, unfolding like a flower of truth. What it reveals will change the way you see your past. And more importantly, your future. Type Amen to get blessing 919. Hold the image against your chest tonight. Speak aloud your name and say, I remember. That's the key. The words activate the spiritual contract linked to that day. Your voice carries the same tone it did when the image was captured. That tone holds vibration, and vibration is memory. Speak, and the layers will peel away. Someone tried to erase the date the photo was taken. But under light and silence, you will see it faintly return. That date matters. It marks a crossover point, a portal opening in your personal timeline. A divine shift is happening now, not in the photo alone, but in your life. The photograph was the gate, but what comes next will be the flood of restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 1234. What you do in the next 7 days will shape the rest of your year. Do not doubt this. Follow the signs. Listen to the whispers. Obey the call. A second image exists somewhere, a counterpart to the one you have. It was taken minutes later, in secret. Someone has it locked away. They will feel compelled to release it soon. That second photo shows the one who was always hiding, standing in plain sight. You were meant to see both together, but only now is the energy aligned for that truth to reach you. Archangel Michael says this is your sacred confirmation. The story has always been inside you, and the photo was just the mirror. But now that you've looked closely, the mirror has shattered, and truth is all that's left. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. You are remembered. You are real. You are returning. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will stop the unfolding that has already begun.